Hello! I've heard people say everybody loves a good surprise, but I don't actually think that's true. That's because surprises can come in so many different forms. Like if someone gives you a gift, usually that's a pleasant surprise. Pero merong ibang situations like you're in the middle of playing with your favorite toy or with your friends. And then, bigla kang sinabihan na, oh, you have to do something. Or, ay, uuwi na pala tayo. All of a sudden. And these are the types of surprises that might get you responses that people may call tantrums or meltdowns. And it's because kids don't know what to do in situations like these yet. But from my experience, there's this thing called a visual schedule that helps prevent these types of things from happening. I'll tell you after the song. Let's get talking. Hello again, everybody. I'm Teacher Kaye, and if you're new here, I'm a certified speech-language pathologist. Today is going to be about visual schedules. I have an example right here, but I'll tell you the different ways that you can prepare visual schedules. But before that, ano ba ang visual schedule? So very quickly, it's just a set of symbols that you prepare to help your child see their activities in a day or a part of the day or whatever you're gonna do next, just to help them manage their expectations of what's going to happen. It could be words, it could be pictures. You can go back to my episode, I think it was episode 18, about different kinds of visual materials. The fact that you're going to use symbols and not just necessarily words means that you can use these with kids so long as you have already introduced these types of pictures to them. So before I continue, I'm just going to show you one way of preparing a visual schedule. This is already an example, but there are easier ways to create visual schedules. So all you need is some writing materials. That could be a pen or a whiteboard, a notepad, anything. For my example, I'm just going to use plain blank paper and a pen. And I've had new clients come into therapy not knowing what to expect. So they're very restless. Some of them really don't even want to begin because they're freaked out. It makes them anxious. So I've seen the visual schedule help really calm children if they see what is expected of them. So a super quick example is I'll tell them, okay, number one, we are going to start with singing our welcome song. So I'm going to show this as a symbol of singing. If they don't know what it means for the first time, you can say something like la 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 and show them that this is your symbol for singing the welcome song. And the next you can say, okay, number two, we are going to listen to a story. We're going to read a book. And then after we read a book, number three, we are going to play with your toy car. Oh my goodness. Vroom, vroom. And after we play with your car, number four, you can go bye-bye. Bye-bye. So if these symbols are new to your child, just remember to make an accompanying gesture or something exaggerated to make them remember what they mean. So like for singing, I said la la. For reading a book, so show an actual book. For the playing with their favorite car, you can bring out the actual car. And for saying bye-bye, you can point to the hand and say, that's my hand, saying bye-bye. So visual schedules can be as simplistic as this one or as pretty as this macrame wall hanger. There you can clip your different symbols. So long as you have items printed out and you have enough clips, then you can switch up your visual schedule anytime you want. And that's one thing good about a visual schedule is that once you put it up, it can stay up. You can leave these on the table so that they can see, oh, what's my progress? And then, you know what they really love also is having a sense of accomplishment. So let's say you finished your welcome song. You can tell them, oh my gosh, we finished singing the song. What about drawing a check here? Check. And you can do that yourself if they can't do it yet, but they love it when you give them the freedom, the liberty to like draw or put a smiley face beside it. So it gives them a sense of accomplishment also. Or it could be once they're finished, they can remove the symbol and pack it away into a box or shoot it in a little basket that you've prepared for them. Whatever you can think of that will make the visual schedule even more rewarding, do it. Another cool thing about a visual schedule is it teaches them about sequences of events. So even if they don't know the terms, and after that, they can see whether you place your symbols vertically or horizontally. They will be able to pick up on the cues that I don't go into this if I don't finish this. And it proceeds in that fashion. So you're teaching them a little bit about sequencing, and that's super important for language learning because we sequence our words in particular ways in a language, and that's how we form phrases and then later on full sentences and then even later on stories. Now, I've said that this helps prevent meltdowns, and it's because once you show them and repeat to them that, okay, these are the things that we are going to do. Once, let's say we're still reading the story, but they already want to go bye-bye, you can remind them, oh, but we're still only here. And even if, of course, that's not always going to work, they're not going to understand reason, especially the very young kids, but eventually they will understand, I'm not going to budge, I'm just following the visual schedule. They will kind of understand that, oh, okay, that means there really is no bye-bye yet until we finish reading the story. So setting expectations is super important. That's why you can do visual schedules, for example, when you're going out on an errand. And then you want to set the expectation that mommy is only going to buy fruits and vegetables. So for example, you can bring out the symbols for fruit and vegetable. For example, broccoli and banana. You're gonna say, today is not the day to buy ice cream at the grocery. Only banana and broccoli. And then if you show them that, for example, you've revamped this visual schedule and just put, these are the things that we are going to do today. We're going to buy banana and broccoli. It could help prevent a meltdown when you pass through the ice cream section and they go, I want ice cream, but I want ice cream. Then you can remind them, remember, our schedule only says banana and broccoli. And trust me, if you do this enough, they will start to understand that that's what you talked about, that's what was agreed on, and that is what is going to be followed. Later on, you can ask them to contribute to their own visual schedule. So for example, the schedule that you set for them is, okay, when you get up in the morning, you have to change into your shorts and then your t-shirt. And then we need to go eat something for breakfast, like chicken and rice, for example. And then I need you to finish your broccoli. If you do that, we can get ice cream later. Later on, to give them a sense of, being able to control their own activities, you can say, is this okay with you? Or would you want to change broccoli into carrots, for example? And then if they say yes, okay, go put up the picture for carrots. So you're also giving them a sense of responsibility for their own time. And like I said, if you leave a visual schedule, especially if it's hanging like this, and if you leave the board on the table while you're doing other things and they ask you, Mom, what's next? I'm finished reading a book. What's next? And then you can remind them, oh, remember, you can play with your car. And it will really lessen the time that they will ask you, what's next? What can I do now? It also really helps you manage your own schedule because you're already giving it to them in advance. You can do this with children so long as they already know how to recognize some symbols that you can show them, and up to school age children. In fact, it's super helpful for now yung mga nag-homeschooling dyan, because you can set the entire day schedule and it leaves you time for your own work without having to keep on checking up on them. Later on, you can use other symbols and not just pictures, like the actual written word. Visual schedules are also super helpful, especially for children who have a hard time not having a routine. Children that may have rigid tendencies. So just an example, some children with autism really work best when they know what to expect, when they have to follow a routine, and this is one way to do that. So I hope that this helps you. Again, it's just the start of the year. There are so many other tools and tricks that I want to show you. So if this helped you, don't forget to like it and share it with your friends who may also need it. And please don't forget to click the subscribe button so that I can see you again next week. Or is it see so that you can see me again? You can also contact me on my Facebook and Instagram accounts at Teacher Kaye Talks. And until then, happy talking.